I am fired up today. I'm trying to decide if I want to post this on YouTube. Maybe I will. But a lot of times, women are their own worst enemy. I'm going to pin this comment here. I was talking with another content creator. She has the exact same. I was talking to another content creator, and she has the exact same mission for her page. She talks to women, teaches women how to find love, how to take accountability, and things like that. And she has the same experiences as me. So it's funny, we were talking right now. I wish she could have been able to join me. But I have a lot I want to get off my chest. For those of you who are newer to my page, you might not have experienced Mama Yancy. I'm usually loving, sweet. I'm the fun auntie, big sister vibes. Sometimes I got to go into Mama Yancy mode because I get so frustrated. I get so frustrated because I care about women. I care about them getting what they want and not looking up in 20, years or so saying, oh gosh, I did things wrong. And so I have a lot of passion, and this is one of those times where the passion is going to come out. Everything is coming from a place of love. So I pray that that is received. Take my breath. Take a moment. So the reason why I say a lot of women are their worst enemy is because there are these blinders on, and I see this running rampant in this day and age. I don't know, back in the day, men used to teach, or women used to teach the younger women. The Bible talks about older women teach the younger women. But there is this mindset that has been pumped into women that is so destructive, so harmful. And the worst part is that there are so many other women who are feeding into this mindset and cheering their peers on. And it's like all these people going towards a ledge and falling off. Everyone's cheering and clapping and applauding. Let me get to the point. There's a video that I saw. It's actually an account that I follow, and the lady did a little skit. Now, there's always a little truth in skits. And so she did a skit where she's sitting at a table. It's supposed to be her on a first date. And she says something totally innocent like, hi, how are you? And then cut to his POV, right? What he sees. And he hears, and then he runs off. And so I commented on the video saying, I understand that this is a skit, but a lot of times this is a demonstration of something that's happening in real life. And a lot of women because they said it was about boss babes on first dates, and the line was about how intimidated men are. Intimidated, okay? Y'all, I need to use my stand that's not gonna fall. Sorry about this. I should probably go get it, but anyway, hopefully you guys can deal with the thing that keeps falling. So she put something about being intimidated. She put boss babes. And of course, all these women are like, yes, they can't handle the boss babes, whatever. And I said, sometimes there is kind of a lost in translation, or there's a little bit of a disconnect between what the woman feels she's projecting and what the man is picking up. And communication is not about, it's about the end goal. The end goal is whatever you are trying to convey, it needs to be received by the other person. And it's not a blame game. It's about learning how to effectively communicate. So for example, if I come on here and I'm screaming, that might send a different message than I want to give. And it's up to me to realize, screaming doesn't serve my purpose. People are getting distracted by the screaming versus the actual message. So what I was explaining to the people who choose to read the post is that sometimes there are things that women who are highly successful in their businesses, there are things, subtle things that can be done that give off a vibe that is not attractive to a man. Okay. Now, these things are not bad things. They're not, doing these horrendous things, but they don't understand the dynamic between the masculine and the feminine. Just like as women, I cannot stress this enough. As women, we are drawn to the masculine because of the polarity. It is so different from us. We are drawn to it. You notice even in same-sex couples, there is usually someone who is more feminine, more cis, as they would say, and more butch, more masculine. 2 women, 2 men, same thing. It's the polarity. There's something about the way that we're designed. We like the polarity. For whatever reason, when women are trying to be attractive to men, they tend to forget it is a two-way street. You want a man as a woman who is the most masculine he can be. And shockingly, men want a woman who is the most feminine she can be. Okay? I don't mean damsel in distress. I'm not talking about caricatures. She can't do anything for herself. She's girly. That's a caricature. But femininity is a real thing, just like masculinity is a real thing. And 9 times out of 10, it is energy based. Because you could take a woman who is a tomboy and put her in full makeup, and you can put her in the cutest little girly outfit, and you're going to look at her and go, that's a tomboy in makeup and a girly outfit. It is an energy, okay? Now, it can be accented by the dress and all that stuff. But ladies, you have to understand the first thing is femininity is your ticket. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to do what men do. You don't have to go out and amass wealth to be attractive. Can you have wealth and be attractive? Yes, but it's not a requirement. I don't care how amazing a man is. If he tells you he's making $20,000 a year, 99.999% of women are going to be like, I'm good, right? There would just have to be something fantastic about him to make them give him a chance, right? Because the reality is we are hypergamous as women. Typically, we want a man who can at least be where we are, but preferably exceed us and bring us up to the next level, right? So as women, it's a gift that just being sweet and soft and kind and feminine is enough for most men, right? Most men, that's all they are craving. But there is this, I don't even know what to call it, like a pandemic where women who become financially successful or are successful in business, which I guess would be synonymous, have this belief system that that should be appealing to a man. But if you really think about it, if a man is impressed by your money, see what I did with that? If a man is impressed by your money, there's a good chance you wouldn't want him anyway. When I was dating, I literally did not talk about my business, to the point where some people thought I was doing something shady. Like, you got an OnlyFans? Like, do you dance? Like, why aren't you talking about your business? That is how much I did not want to lead with the business. I did not want a man who was attracted to me because of what I had going on. I wanted a man who was attracted to me, my person, my character. That does not mean that the guy is going to be intimidated by what I do. That does not mean that he is going to need what I'm providing. It just means I myself am enough. I digress. She said facts. I wouldn't. I would want him to elevate and teach me something. Exactly. So this thing with the boss women, I truly believe that on a subconscious level, they are looking at society and saying society values money. Society values power. So I feel powerful. I feel like I'm in charge. I don't feel desperate for a man because I have my own. And they're leaning into that, right? It's a slippery slope because part of it is good. You shouldn't be desperate, right? You should be able to take care of yourself. But when you are in a dating space and you're trying to relate to a man, beyond relating, you're trying to be attractive to a man, you have to understand psychologically, none of that stuff is serving you. None of that stuff is serving you. That is something that's cool. It can be talked about down the road. You don't lead with it. The same way, if a man is amazing, he has a healthcare routine, he found all these beauty products that work great for him, he gets his nails done, he is, super into health and fitness or whatever, you're not going to want him to lead with that, right? Like, you might find out later, like, wow, he gets his toes done. Like, he doesn't want his nails looking crazy and he does masks every Saturday or whatever. Hey, Sherelle. But that's not something that he would lead with. Like, man, if you get with me, you gonna make my nails gonna be on point. They are never gonna be dirty. They're gonna be trimmed. Like, you kind of just expect that. You're not wanting him to lead with that, right? So we have to put that in our minds, that a guy who is masculine, a guy who takes pride in what he's bringing to the table financially, is not going to be turned on by that. That's not going to be a selling point for him. Do you see the difference? And when I say things like this, hey, Darnell, sometimes women can hear it. It gets twisted inside and go, he's intimidated. He doesn't think that's a good thing. He doesn't care. And it's not about not caring as in dismissive, like, I don't give a crap. That's not valuable. You didn't have to work hard. It's not that. It's not the dismissive energy. It's not a priority for him. A lot of guys, most men, I believe, if the economy wasn't so whack and inflation wasn't so ridiculous and the cost of living was somewhere, near where most people make money, most men, I've polled them, they would want to be the sole provider. Why? Because that's something they enjoy. That's something that makes them stick their chest out. And when you come in the comments, I say you, I'm speaking to women who have this aggressive energy. When you come in the comments or make posts and say that these men are intimidated, one, it looks crazy because any guy with his stuff together is not going to be intimidated by that. He's going to be like, oh, cool, she can hold her own. But the ones who say, disparaging comments about men, I just lost my thought of the very most common one. If it comes to me, I'll say it. But usually it's an accusation that, oh, you're intimidated. You're you're not even in the same conversation. You've missed the point completely. That's, again, to go back to the comparison, that's like a man saying to a woman, you're intimidated because I get my hands and feet done every week. Like, intimidated is not even on, like, that's not even coming into, what am I intimidated by? So getting back, so this woman did this video. She's sitting there. She's doing the first date impression. She thinks she's just being kind and normal. And the guy hears raw masculine energy and he's like, deuce, I'm out. Right. So I'm saying in the comments, sometimes without realizing it, a woman can give off masculine energy and it's a turnoff. The same woman, sometime later, it's been, I think, a couple weeks or whatever, she does another video, which popped up in my feed today, just now. And there's a sound effect of gunshots. And the caption says, what I bring to the table. And she's slamming designer bags onto the table to the sound effect of the gunshots. Let that sink in, first of all. Okay? As a coach who teaches femininity, dating coach, specializes in working with women, knowing this is the same lady who's she asked me, luckily she said, hey, what should I be saying on the date? She wanted to know, but the people in her on her post, they came for me. Woo, they came for me. But she's asking, what can I do to, not seem masculine? And it took everything to not comment on this post and go, don't do this. What is feminine about responding to the what do you bring to the table question, which, by the way, I think that's the stupidest question. Nobody should actually ask it. It's something you should be thinking in your mind and evaluating. Exactly. Why would a man care? So it wasn't handbags, but it was shopping bags. So it was like Louis Vuitton, like they all had the names on it as though she had gone shopping. But to me, that says that in that woman's mind, her value, what she's bringing to the table, is money, basically. It's implying money because I'm buying designer things. That means I have a lot of discretionary money. I'm bringing money to the table. I'm bringing money to the table. Right. Even worse, she said. And it's aggressive. It's literally to gunshot sounds. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. I literally cannot make this stuff up. And the reason why I don't comment on those posts is because 9 times out of 10, people follow stuff that they already believe. So the people who follow her are self-proclaimed girl bosses who have that same energy. And I dared to look at the comments. I looked at the comments and I wanted to see what the men would say and how the women would respond to the men. And it was exactly as I thought. The guys said, hey, this is how we feel. Maybe you should do this instead. These are our thoughts. This is how it comes across to us. And they got attacked. Man after man got attacked. And this is why I say a lot of times women are our own worst enemy, because we are selling something. People who want to be in a relationship are selling something. They're selling themselves, not prostitution selling themselves, but you're literally selling yourself. In the same way, when you're interviewing for a job, there's you and there's the thing that you want. There's you and there's your goal. And depending on how good you are at interviewing, you may or may not get the job. Now, there might be someone better than you who are more qualified, or maybe they just got there faster. You know, there are other things that can happen. But if you're not prepared and you don't interview well and you don't know how to put a resume together, you're not even getting considered. And in the dating world, we are being judged immediately off of how we look, right? No one's sitting there like, let me just push past something unattractive to get to know the personality, right? So you have to be on point physically. So you want to be your personal best. But then besides your physical appearance, you have to know your target market. That's what my degree is in marketing. You have to know your target market. If I'm selling products to a bunch of, college kids, I'm going to have a different approach than if I'm selling products to middle-aged moms or moms who are going through menopause or grandmas. Like, you have to know your target audience. And this isn't about being fake. It's not about selling out. It's about understanding human nature. People who are shallow get with someone just off of their looks. Those people who actually want a partner to do life with are actually considering, how are they going to help me in my life? How are we going to balance each other out? What things can we do together that are compatible? And so if you just keep going through life thinking, what can I get from a man? How can I benefit from a man? You are not going to be successful in dating, or the people that you find are going to be just as shallow as you. So many comments on social media are like, men should basically just get what they get. They should like whatever we do because we're women. And if you don't like what we do, you must not like women. You must be playing for the other team. No, it's human nature to want something back. It's human nature to want something back. I just can't understand the thought. It almost like somebody's under a spell, the way people are talking. Ivan says, as an educated and successful man, I couldn't agree more. I'm not intimidated by women who give off masculine energy and promote masculine traits. I'm simply not attracted to them. Feel free to come on, by the way, if you want, Ivan. Ivan was one of the crowd favorites from my YouTube show. Tuesday nights, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're just talking about trending topics. We're talking about reels that have gone viral, just conversations about love, dating, sex, and relationships. But I cannot stress this enough. And I really want women to stop and think. Because when we're children, we look at the world through our lens. It's what I want. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to play. And that's okay if you're a child, because you're a child and you're expected to grow out of that. But when you start to become a teen, when you're in your 20s, when you're 30s, my God, when you're 30s and 40s, you have to understand it's beyond you. Thank you. She said, I appreciate your advice. I use it a lot in my relationship. I love that. You have to understand, when I was younger, when I got married out straight out of college, 23. And I had the desire to be a wife, but I hadn't mastered the self-discipline to actually execute. I was a slave to my emotions. And so while I should have been doing the things that I said I would do, cooking, cleaning, raising the kids to the best of my ability, giving them above and beyond what a working mom could give because I was in the home, I was battling my own demons of just laziness and not being disciplined and all these things. But I understood mentally that I wanted to be a helpmate. But what ended up happening was it ended up being pretty much a one-sided relationship where he was giving. We absolutely had our problems. I will never talk about what he did wrong because it's not my place, but I can acknowledge what I did. And that taxes a relationship. That's male or female. If a woman feels like she's busting her tail, maybe he got laid off or whatever, she's busting her tail to work, she comes home, she cooks, she cleans, and he's just sitting around, I was gonna say playing video games, but some guy just commented on some other post, well, y'all always talk about men playing video games. But if that's all, if he's not pulling his weight, that's a natural thing. Roommates. Maybe you have one roommate who's really clean and always grocery shops, and the other roommate just is dirty and never volunteers and is just partying, right? It's imbalanced. If you want someone to love you and cherish you and adore you, which is why I tell all my clients, do not settle for a man who does not do those things. He does not adore you. You are the apple of his eye, right? You need that as women because we feel it when it's not there. The man has to have incentive. He has to have incentive to be with you. And not only does he need incentive, a lot of you are disincentivizing the men, because you're giving him all of the low-hanging fruit, right? You're giving him the things that make him feel good immediately, but you don't know how to get what you want long-term. You want the commitment. You want the engagement. You want the marriage. You want a guy who's excited about you and wants to show you off the world, but you're giving him all of these things before he's inspired to commit to you. So it's a double whammy. You're spoiling this guy. And so the ones who shouldn't be around stick around because they're getting all the stuff that they want. But you don't understand the things that make you valuable to the good guy. You have to learn what men enjoy. And you have to learn what men value. And so many times women get so caught up in the fact that I'm focusing 100% on women. And it's so simple. It's because you're a heterosexual woman. If my clients were men, I would be talking 100% about what women like. If I was a coach for men, I would nonstop be talking about what women want and what women need and their emotional needs and their physical needs and their spiritual needs. And men would be able to say, oh my God, you never talk about what we want as men. Well, my clients are women. The people who reach out to me saying, I am not happy, I don't want to be single, or the guy that's in my life doesn't treat me right, or, I can't get a guy past the first date. They're women. So of course I'm going to teach you what you need to do. It is unrealistic to think that the entire world should change because that would be more beneficial to you. I shouldn't have to work this hard. Okay. Everything in life we have to work for. Everything in life. Stop believing these fairy tales. Stop listening to these people pandering on social media, saying whatever you want to hear. Chances are, if it makes you feel good, it might not be good for you. Think of it like candy, right? I love chocolate. Oh my gosh, there are these Ghirardelli squares or whatever with the caramel. I shouldn't give them props since they're not sponsoring this video, but I could eat those all day long because they taste so good, right? But they're not good for me. A lot of this content that's like, you're so amazing, it doesn't matter if you're 700 pounds, what's inside counts. Like, there's a modicum of truth. Yes, everyone has intrinsic value, but are these people pushing you to become the best version of yourself? Are these people tapped into what your target audience wants? That's what you have to be paying attention to. so frustrated because I had so many men following me, and I'm like, they're not my clients. Why are they following me? I want women to follow me. But I started asking guys, why are you following me? One, they said, we like to understand women. But the other reason is because they appreciate the fact that I'm giving it truthfully to women. I guarantee you a lot of these popular, super popular, girl boss coaches or whatever, you're not going to find a lot of men following them. I don't know for a fact. I'm guessing, I'm speculating. You're not going to see a bunch of dudes in the comments like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Ladies, you have to get out of your feelings, because that's what they are. You have to get out of your feelings when someone tells you something that rubs you the wrong way. Stop and think, is it truth that's making this uncomfortable? Or is it just straight up it's not true? Because, the Bible says the truth will set you free. It's true. When you're operating with truth and facts, you can get through life so much easier. If I am trying to lose weight and I go to a trainer and the trainer wants me to like them, so the trainer's like, oh, you should eat 4 times a day and, drink sodas as often as possible so that I keep coming back and feeling good. I might feel good emotionally, but I'm not going to have the results and I'm going to be mad. Or you can have the trainer who's like, you need to cut that stuff out. Don't drink soda, just drink water. You only need 3 meals a day and they should be lean and whatever. I don't speak that talk. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 I start losing weight, but I'm not going to like the person. You're not going to enjoy being told things that require you to work on yourself. But they must be done. And I'm speaking from experience. There is nothing like getting married, thinking this is it, this is the rest of my life, I'm going to grow old with this person, and looking at them and they look like they're in the sunken place. Moment of transparency. There is nothing worse than meeting someone that you feel is a great catch and you don't know how to make their emotional toes curl. You don't know how to make them feel like, dang, I lucked out. Whew, I hit the jackpot. I had to learn the hard way. I was defensive. Any type of criticism, I felt like I was being attacked as a person, not like someone saying, hey, you got a little lint on your shirt and let me flick it off. It took me years to be able to handle criticism. Years. And I'm so grateful now. I'm so grateful now. And I took a long, hard look at myself and I was like, what areas am I struggling with? We're going to be transparent. I'll be transparent. I struggle with discipline. I struggle with getting up at a reasonable time, doing the things that I needed to do, not frittering away my time because I was a homemaker, not wasting time, doing what I was supposed to do because I didn't have a boss. Thank you, Paul. I didn't have a boss. So I didn't have anyone like tapping my shoulder like, oh, you're taking too long of a break, right? So when I ended up single again, I said to myself, I want to tackle all of my issues. I want to tackle my issues. I want to be the best version of myself I can be. I can't be perfect, but I can be the best version of myself. And I am so proud to say that my partner and I have an amazing relationship. It is very reciprocal. He brings so much to the table that I need and value. I bring to the table so much that he needs and values. There is respect there. There is love there. There is attraction. There is chemistry. This did not come by accident. This is years of work, years of self-work. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm touching on a lot of things, but I want women to hear this message and just stop and consider, maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe. Not saying yes, you are. Just even consider, maybe I could be part of the problem. Maybe I have come across men who are great candidates and my attitude is what made him walk away. Or maybe I didn't know how to reciprocate. Maybe I'm just used to taking. I'm the prize, so I'm just going to take. Yeah, you're the prize, honey, but you still got to give him something. You got to give him an incentive so he can see you're the prize, right? You got to give the man an incentive. Maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe you don't know what to do to make a man want to call you, to make a man want to take you out, to make a man puff out his chest and be so proud, like, yeah, this is my lady right here. Just consider maybe the people that you're around are toxic when it comes to relationship advice. As women, as a culture, as a whole, we need to lose a lot of the pride. We have to lose the self-centeredness. We have to lose the sensitivity. And we got to lose a lot of weight. I'm allowed to say that because I need to lose weight too. Men have to work on themselves too, but you don't suffer the repercussions if the guy doesn't get himself together. He does. He won't have any ladies, or he'll have some low quality ladies. That's why I'm not talking to the men. They'll learn. When they can't get any, they'll learn. When they can't get a wife and they're this bachelor that they don't want to be at 60, 70, trying to take care of themselves, they'll learn. Those are not my clients. Not that I don't care about them, but that's not what's on my heart. It's not my ministry. Women who want love and want to be adored, it would serve you to learn about men, learn how they operate, learn what they want, learn what their fears are, learn what their hopes are, learn where their vulnerabilities are so you can avoid them at all costs. I'm telling you, you make a man feel safe, like you're this vault that he can come to you. You're his safe place. The world is cruel and harsh and unforgiving. Oh, but when he comes home to you, you are a soft place to land, literally and figuratively. You learn the kinds of things that he likes you in. You learn the way that he likes your hair. This is not giving up your identity. It's finding the common ground. Little things like that. I might think a dress is so cute. I had a dress I wanted to wear the other day for a live stream. I thought it was so cute. And I was like, what do you think? You think it's a bit much? Because it was a little bit more like, I don't know, not avant-garde. I don't know. It was just different. And he hated the little shoulder things. He didn't say that, but I could tell. And I respect his opinion, so I didn't wear it. He didn't forbid me. He's never told me, hey, don't wear that. But I do little things to let him know I value his input. I value his say. I value his opinions. There are lots of little things that you can do to endear yourself to a man and make him feel like I freaking hit the jackpot. When a man feels that way about his woman, it is the most beautiful space. It is worth every time you bit your tongue. It is worth every time you got up and cooked and you didn't feel like it. It is worth every time you exercise because you want to keep yourself snatched and cute the way he met you. I mean, as obviously reasonable as possible if you have kids. My goal is for men and women to come together and truly enjoy each other. There are so many times I look at my guy and I'm like, I just feel like I have to pinch myself. Like, this is real. Like, this is such a healthy relationship. This is such a fun relationship. I get to be with my best friend. I don't feel nervous to talk about things. I don't have to wonder how he's going to be from one day to the next. I wish every single human being could have this experience, and it's possible. Is there anyone, I'm curious, is there anyone watching for the first time? This is your first live stream that you've caught. Comment newbie. If you want to share your city and state, feel free. But I want to know if there's anyone who's watching this for the first time. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Yancy. I have classes that I teach. For the most part, I just will post about them and then do a live class once a month. And you just kind of have to be in the know to know about the classes. But I'm actually working, I'm supposed to be doing it right now, but I just was fired up and did this one, this live stream. But I'm actually going to be putting my classes online. Lord willing, they'll be there next week. Hopefully by the end of today. I've been adding them to the website, but you guys can get them. I make them super affordable because I don't do this to get rich. I do this because this is the legacy that I want to leave. And I want women to be able to enjoy what I'm enjoying. And so if you this is not your first time, I forgot, comment OG if you've been here a while. This is not your first live stream. Comment OG. I'd like to see who's watching. But I'm going to give you an idea of the type of stuff that I have, okay? You guys could get instant access. And by the way, if there's anything you want based on what I'm sharing, just DM me and I'll give it to you today. But everything else is going to be on the website so that it could be automated. Oh, nice. We got a bunch of OGs here. So one of the most recent ones is my reciprocity class. It is, we got a newbie. Hey, XOXO Speed. Nice to see you. And all the OGs, lots of love. My reciprocity class, this is the one that I would probably say you want to start with. I did a post about men ghosting women and the biggest reason that they fall back after, pursuing her initially. And oh my God, men came from every corner of the earth commenting a lack of reciprocity, a lack of reciprocity, a lack of reciprocity. I mean, to this day, this has been months. This video is like creeping up to 1 million views. And man after man after man after man is coming on saying lack of reciprocity. Oh, welcome, Dean_Truth. Hello. And so I put together a class and it's called Reciprocity. And it goes over in detail what most men will expect from a woman. And what's interesting is if I were to put a man on the spot and be like, hey, what would you expect during the first couple of, weeks of dating? They probably would struggle to express what they want. They'd be able to rattle off what they don't want, but I've listened and interviewed enough men to know what they respond to. And personally, I've been dating for 8 years. I dated for 8 years before meeting my guy. But this class will walk you through what you should and shouldn't be doing. There's also one everybody who's online should have, dating app do's and don'ts. It's what you should and should not include in your dating profile. Then there's the secret flirting technique. That is one of my favorites. It is something that I stumbled across online and I had no idea about it. And I said, let me try this flirting technique and see if it works. And whoa, I went from getting like 1-word answers from men to people like crying, laughing, having these great conversations. And it actually landed me my guy. The thing that I did, he was like, whoa. And he told me later that he was just kind of messing around being on the app, like just kind of passing time and was about to delete it. And this just made him like stop in his tracks. So that's my secret flirting technique. That one's called. And then we have the sis, you might be the reason you're still single. That one was extremely popular. It's probably one of my most popular classes. That one talks about the things that women are doing subconsciously to keep them from having love. And so I go over things you can do to be more successful in dating. I know I'm missing, energetically attractive. This is about going beyond the physical. So as women, we tend to know how to look cute. We know how to look sexy, but a lot of times we don't know what to do from an energy perspective, a personality perspective, that would draw a man to us. That's energetically attractive. And then I think the only one left, I have my femininity course, but I'm debating on offering that because that course is actually now that class is part of a 3-part course, which is my dating 101 course. And it goes over femininity, module 1. Module 2 is understanding the mind of a man because you got to know your target market. And then the third one is, getting mentally prepared to date is 1. Understanding the mind of a man is 2. And then femininity is 3. And so if you want to get that course, that is a crash course. I would start there before you take any other classes. If you really want to just dive in head first, it's 4.5 hours. It has 50 plus printable worksheets, and it will get you all the way together. And last but certainly not least, if you feel like, okay, those classes are great, but I have a very specific situation, I really want one-on-one, then you can DM me the word help if you want to do one-on-one coaching. I do coaching 3 days a week. And we do it through video, although you don't have to do video. If you just want audio, that's fine too. But I'm here. My heart is for women. I want women to grow and succeed in love. I live for people DMing me going, I found an amazing guy. It's thanks to you, or my relationship is better. I'm telling you, that's better than any sale that I make. I love, love, love seeing people happy. I love, love, love seeing people successful and getting exactly what they want. A few other things, if you guys don't know, even if you're not new, you just might not know this because there's a billion people on Instagram. But I do shout outs for singles. So if you go to my story, it might be expired today. I'll try to post it. But you can just email me your photo and I will post your pictures, men or women. And so I had a funny one. Someone put something up there and there was like a guy scantily clad in one of her pictures. And a guy was like, I don't think she was ready for this singles post. But you can post your pictures. I don't judge. I just post them. And then join me on Tuesday on my YouTube live stream at, like I said, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Men and women come on my panel and we just chop it up. It's super interesting. I love hearing what you guys have to say. So make sure you set your little alarms for Tuesdays at 8 Eastern. Did I say Central? 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And that's about it. If you haven't gotten my guide, make sure you let me know. It's 22 places you can meet men offline. That's for anyone. It's free. And thanks for letting me get on my soapbox. I had to get that off my chest. Hope you guys have a great day. See you next time.